Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up agent teams in Claude Code using Opus 4.6. Without squirrel ado, let's build. Yeah, the first thing we want to do is make sure Claude Code is updated. So you want to run this command. You can find it in Claude Code's documentations. All right, great. Claude Code's updated. Now let's spin up Claude and make sure you select model. And let's make sure that currently I want to do high effort on Opus 4.6. Wonderful. Now, here's the next one here. You need to set up let's just go full screen with this really quickly. So if you check out the docs, you can find this link in the YouTube description below, but essentially you have to create and edit this file, right? But we're not going to do this manually. We are going to ask Claude to do it for us. It's the easiest way to do it. So what you want to do is grab the link to that docs. I'd like to configure agent teams. Please reference, and then I'm going to paste in the release from, the documentation there to set up properly. Yeah, I'm just going to, I love that it's asking display mode. Do you want split panes for each teammate? I'm going to use in process, and I'm going to say only enable project teams for this project. Submit answers. Now you could say system wide, but for the sake of this demo, I really want to set up a project level settings here. And look at that. It detected there's no settings.json. Wonderful. It's going to create the file for us, and we're just going to accept. Now, alternatively, you can do this manually if you'd like. This is going to burn through some credits when you ask Claude to do it for you, but this video is for beginners. If you're, somewhat of an expert or, fluent in working out of the terminal in Claude Code, this video is probably not for you, right? So this is why I'm taking this route. All right, perfect. And it gives us just a quick TLDR of how to use it. Describe the work and ask Claude to create a team. This is critical here. So we're going to do a quick demo, but now that we know we have it set up, the first thing you want to do is you do have to restart this Claude Code session. So let's say you're working out of your preferred IDE instead of the terminal. All you got to do is close out the terminal or just open a new terminal, and you can keep the original one open, and it'll spin up a new session essentially. So what I'm going to do, since I'm in the terminal, I'm going to hit Control-Z to get out of this, and we're going to spin up Claude again. All right, we're good to go. So now the prompt. I'm going to show you on screen really quickly what the demo is going to be. Now that we have it set up, we know it's working. Here's the demo prompt. I'd like to build an automation tool that simplifies the YouTube scripting process. I'd like it to first ask topic, then have the tool do the research, then feed me 3 strategies to choose from, then generate the following output: hook, story with an intro, talking points, and outro, production notes and recommendations for B-roll, copy paste a metadata fields for YouTube description, YouTube tags, and YouTube title variations. This is critical. Create an agent team to build this out. If you don't say this in your prompt, it will not spin up a team of agents for you. And I'm going to give it the Anthropic default front-end design skill. So let me grab that link, and we'll get started here momentarily. Love it. It's fetching the skill for us. We're going to hit 1. I want to auto accepts on. Now, normally, if this is something you're building for yourself or possibly customer facing, start off in plan mode, please. Be thorough in plan mode. Today's demonstration is simply a demonstration. It's a test, so I'm skipping plan mode altogether. But I always recommend, if you're building something meaningful, something you're actually going to use, plan mode is the most critical step, and go back and forth as many times as you need to until you're happy with the plan, and then proceed. Oh, one thing I want to do to speed up the process is set up preview on port 9005 when it's ready, please. And I'm just going to cue that prompt in there. All right. Looks like it's scaffolding out this to-do list here. It's going to first initialize with bun, install dependencies, and it's going to work on the back end, the front end, and then the styling. And now it's going to build out the back end and front end in parallel. I was wondering when this was going to happen. It's going to build out the back end and front end in parallel using agent teams. Wonderful. So one thing I do want to note right? Going back to that very important prompt here, create an agent team to build this out, right? This part here, it's very critical to understand that that's the bare minimum, and then it will create its suggested approach, right, to how many team members, how many parallel agents it needs to run. You could be a little more specific out of the gate. For example, create an agent team to build this out. I want a front end agent. I want a back end agent. I want a security and debugging or a security and audit agent to analyze the code base at the very end. I want a DevOps agent for deployment. You get the picture here. If you're creative enough and you have the vision for your project of what kind of a team you want built, you can specify that and it will follow your commands to the T and it will make minor adjustments. But we wanted to do the bare minimum for the sake of showing it from the perspective of a beginner who may not know what agents they want to spin up, right? So you just want Claude Code to do it for you. All right, looks like the front end is done. And now it just needs to make sure the styling is complete as well. And it's going to launch the server for us. So what's beautiful about this is that essentially cut the development time almost in half, right? The fact they were both working in parallel is a beautiful thing. That's the power in agent teams. And now it's going above and beyond. Because I have Claude in Chrome set up and configured, it will automatically go into my browser, spin up a new tab, and test the functionality for me, rather than having me discover a bug or vulnerability out of the gate. So let's go take a look. Everything's up and running. Here's what was built. YouTube Script Studio. Here's the architecture. Here's the flow. Everything looks good to me. Broadcast control room aesthetic. Ooh, I didn't ask for that, but I love that. To use it, make sure Gemini API key is set in your .env. And then open localhost. Okay, so one thing I want to do here is and this is why I love using Ghosty so much, is I can spin up another essentially tab without having to tab over. So I want to change directory, desktop, dev, demos, agent, teams, demo, list. And where is the .env? Please create .env for me, right? And I'm taking the approach as if it's a beginner. I could manually create that file, right? But I'd rather have it do it for us. So what is oh, look at that. Awesome. It's making our lives that much easier. So I can actually go ahead, close this out here. Wonderful. So I'm going to paste it below. Let me go grab an API. It looks like it pulled another API from another project of mine. So instead, I'm going to paste in the API I want it to use. Voila. And it made its additions. Wonderful. And I want to make sure I delete both of these after this recording so that nobody can use these keys. Server restarted. So let's now go preview what Opus 4.6 with agents teams has built us here. So as you can see here on the screen, wonderful. I like it. Suggested topics, AI in 2025, personal branding, day trading basics. Interesting. I didn't even ask for that, and it built that out. That's really cool. Now, I want to do something on brand with what we've built here. So Opus or Claude Code Opus 4.6 key takeaways. And let's see how it does. Signal lost, API error, invalid argument. Please renew the API. Oh, you know what? That's an issue on my end. That is entirely an issue on my end. Let me check billing. Yeah, I reached my max usage because I've been going crazy with demos this week. So let me fix this. Let me mark that there. Save. Limit has been saved. Okay. So let's go ahead and test this, shall we? Let's do Claude Code Opus 4.6. All right. I gotta say, I'm loving this interface. It did a phenomenal job. I mean, it's a little busy, but I'm loving it so far. Wow. Okay, choose your approach. Claude Code 4.6, the ultimate deep dive. The ugly truth about your dev job. Are you obsolete? I use Claude Code to fix my nightmare legacy project, the 200K token secret. I like the middle one. Ooh, I love this breakdown. I would have loved it in a more, maybe a tabbed view so that it goes full width here. So it's not so narrow, but it's okay. Suggested length, who it's targeting, the tone. The title uses strong emotionally charged language, ugly truth, obsolete. Let's generate script and see how it looks, shall we? Oh, and we have a runtime error. No. Okay, we're almost there. Flow worked until YouTube script generation. And this is where you vibe, right? This is where you just feed an error. It was almost flawless. Dang. So close to being flawless. Wow. So found the mismatch. Backend returned a nested structure, but the front end expects a flat structure. Let me fix the script output to match the backend shape. Okay, not bad. Slight debugging, but honestly, that's expected with vibe coding, right? That's expected with creating these ideas off of the simplest of prompts. Because if you think about it, we didn't prep a PRD for this. The right way to do things is to take the time in planning, prep that product requirements doc. And, you know, one fun little workaround is you can technically do that in Claude Code. You'll burn through tokens, but you can do that through Claude Code. But it's like the preparation really gets you to that final output a lot quicker, even though it takes a little bit more time up front. You spend less time debugging. So all references updated. Wonderful. Let's try the full flow again. So this time I'm going to type in OpenClaw. All right. Testing with the subject OpenClaw. Okay. Look at this. OpenClaw. You're using OpenClaw wrong and why it's holding back the Warrior Cats fandom. Truth about OpenClaw. You can find. Interesting. I should have been more specific. I was referencing the OpenClaw AI agent, but since we're burning through API credits to generate this, I'm just going to select one and generate just to see what the output looks like. All right. And it looks like it has the script ready. So it has our hook. Interesting, right? It skipped the beat because I wasn't specific enough in the original title. I thought it would know because of how popular OpenClaw has been. But no, it did not know I was talking about the OpenClaw AI agent, but that's okay. We're looking at the output. Look at this. Talking points. I love the way this is structured. Outro. Wonderful. Production notes. YouTube metadata. Title variations. Description. Timestamps. Wonderful. And then copy all tags. I mean, I hope you found some value in today's video. Today we showed you how to set up your agent teams from scratch. And then we did this fun demo with YouTube script generation. So I'm not an AI expert. I'm building in public and sharing what actually works. If you'd like to see me make a particular video around a specific topic, drop a comment below. Let me know who you are, what you do, who your target audience is, and what your question is, and I will add a video to my queue, custom tailored just for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. My name is Marcelo. This is Clearmud, and clarity matters.